Broadcasting from high atop Black Mountain in the revolting radio satellite service studios, it's Coolin with the Captain.
from you. Red magic satin playing near too. All through the morning rain I gave, the sun doesn't shine. Rain dressed in green. Pretty music I hear, so happy and loud. Blue flowers echo from my cherry cloud. Feel sunshine sparkle pink and blue. The playgrounds will laugh if you try to ask, or is it cool? Is it cool? If you arrive and don't see me, I'm gonna be with my baby.
right, now that's Chillin' and Coolin' with the Captain. I'm Captain Freezknot. Welcome back to the show, and that was a soul set. 70s funk and soul for everybody out there, courtesy of like a Venus flytrap kind of programming. You know what I'm saying? Old WKRP flavors and a little bit of a Quiet Storm in there with some great, great soul tracks, funk and soul tracks. Earth, Wind, and Fire, of course, in there, and the Brothers Johnson with Strawberry Letter 23, and kicking it off with the Summer Breeze from Cuba Gooding Jr.'s dad, Cuba Gooding, and the main ingredient. Okay, you're listening to Coolin' with the Captain. Still to come in tonight's program, a spotlight on INXS in our strictly 80s spotlight, and we're also going to do Graveyard Shift News, and we're going to do a set of golden era hip hop, of course, in our last segment, plus brand new music from two of my favorite modern rock bands. And I don't know, they might be considered like older bands now, but they're still the high point of most chicken sandwiches. What? They're still the bands that I think are the greatest out there. They're still the the top of the heap. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I am talking about Queens of the Stone Age, and I'm talking about Foo Fighters, and we're going to do that in the final segment as well. But right now, let's get into a grunge set, and Bill Curtis will interrupt this broadcast on Coolin' with the Captain.
It's easier not to be wise. You measure these things by your brains. I sank into Eden with you, alone in the church by and by. I'll read to you here, save your eyes. You'll need them, your boat is at sea. Your anchor is out, you've been swept away. And the greatest of teachers won't hesitate to leave you there by yourself, chained to fate. Yeah, I alone love you, I alone tempt you, I alone love you. There is not the end of this. I alone love you, I alone tempt you, I alone love you.
And now it's time for a 90s rock dedication. This is a request and a dedication, and it's going out to all of the mothers out there. Here is your Danzig Mother's Day Jam.
Mother, tell your children not to walk my way. Tell your children not to hear my words, what they mean, what they say. Mother, Mother, can you keep them in the dark for a while? Can you hide them from the wedding world? Oh, Mother, Father, gonna take your daughter out tonight. Gonna show her my world. Oh, Father, Lord, I'm about to see your light. And if you wanna find hell with me, I can show you what it's like. Gotta bleed, not about to see your light. And if you wanna find hell with me, I can show you what else. Mother, tell your children not to hold my hand. Tell your children not to understand. Oh, Mother, Father, do you wanna bang heads with me? Do you wanna build everything? Oh, Mother, Lord, I'm about to see your light. And if you wanna find hell with me, I can show you what it's like. Till I'm bleeding, I'm about to see your light. And if you wanna find hell with me, I can show you what it is. Dang! Not about to see your light. But if you wanna find hell with me, I can show you what it's like. Till you're bleeding, not about to see your light. But if you wanna find hell with me, I can show you what it's
When Ronald Reagan was elected president in November 1980, he hoped to defy an unusually grim circumstance of that office. In the 7 previous even-numbered decades, every U.S. president had died in office, 4 times from assassin's bullets. A few months later, on March 30th, 1981, as President Reagan strolled outside the Washington Hilton Hotel, he nearly met the same fate.
Here is a news bulletin from the RKO radio network. This just in, shots have reportedly been fired as President Reagan left the Washington Hilton Hotel this afternoon. White House officials say the president was not hit, but there are reports that 3 people were wounded by gunfire. Correspondent Joe Ewald was there when the shooting happened.
It was a quick series of explosions sounding like firecrackers. At that moment, President Reagan was getting in his limousine. He was pushed on into the back seat by one of the Secret Service agents. Right after that, there was a scuffle, agents and policemen swarming around the man with a gun. They surged back toward where I was standing near one of the doors of the hotel. They quickly subdued him, wrestled him to the ground, and then put him in a police car. I looked back toward where the president had been. There were 3 men lying on the ground. You could see them bleeding.
Reagan was shot by a young man named John Hinckley Jr., who'd become obsessed by movie actress Jodie Foster and had imagined that she would be impressed if he murdered the president. Opening fire with a .22 caliber pistol, he wounded a local police officer, a Secret Service agent, and most seriously, Reagan's press secretary, James Brady. Later that afternoon, all three major networks even reported that Brady had died.
A report that the White House news secretary is dead. The president survives an assassination attempt. I'm Bob Morrison. That report, however, denied by the White House.
As far as the report about Jim Brady, it is untrue, and he is in serious condition.
And that is Larry Speaks, the deputy news secretary, denying reports that said James Brady, the White House news secretary, was dead following an assassination attempt today. President Reagan remains in surgery at a Washington, D.C. hospital, George Washington University Hospital.
But James Brady survived his wounds. So did President Reagan, who impressed the nation with his grace and humor while recovering in the hospital, and who went on to serve 2 full terms as president. John Hinckley successfully argued an insanity plea and was immediately remanded to a high-security psychiatric hospital for an indeterminate term. James Brady suffered brain damage due to the gunshot wound he sustained to the head. He and his wife went on to successfully lobby for legislation that severely restricts the access and use of the type of handguns that had nearly cost him his life.